Welcome back to What You Missed Gaming, the video game news show that knows it's dangerous to go alone and uninformed on the internet. So here, take this video game news with you and stay informed, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome back, YouTubers and Mavericks alike. You're tuned in to What You Missed, the news show where your host, Protomario, gets reacted to by the Game Theorist. That's right, the Game Theorist took my small video and felt the need to react to it. Now, I want to make a small blurb in this video because it's not really worth making an entire video to react to a reaction. Basically, I have recently been talking about how YouTube's become quite mediocre, and this is a perfect example. We have a channel with over 8 million subscribers live streaming a reaction to criticism videos. Listen, Game Theorist, MatPat, I didn't make my video to crap on you. I made it because I actually did at one point in time like your channel, but I dislike the copy and paste cookie cutter formula that it has turned into, and it feels like your videos that you don't do a lot of them because you want to. You do it because they're trending and they would get views and they pay the bills, and that's perfectly fine. I have a whole list of notes that I took when he was reacting to my video, and I could make an entire video based on that, but there's just no point to it. When you have a big channel that's 8 million subscribed to, and you have the host on the channel itself yelling bloobs, literally yelling bloobs as a word, there's no point in doing this. I'm just gonna move on to the news. I just wanted to put that out there because a lot of people were asking me about it and how I felt about it, but I personally would conduct myself more professionally. That's all I have to say. I love me some memes and I like having fun, but I just wouldn't be yelling bloobs at videos criticizing me. With all that said, let's jump right into the news, and we have quite a bit. Apparently, there is a game called the Escapist Stew. If you guys didn't know, this is a game about prisons and escaping prisons and things of that nature. It's in the title. It gives it away, fam, if you didn't get that. Anyways, this game is allowing you the option to disable popular YouTube characters after players complain, and the picture I'm seeing right here is Jacksepticeye. Now, again, this goes with what I was just saying about big YouTubers like the Game Theorist doing things that their fans don't particularly like, or just people in general don't like them, and when they're playing their games, they don't want to see them. So there you go. There's several posts from people asking for the ability to turn off YouTube e-celeb names from their games for whatever reason. If it triggers you so badly to see text over a person's name, well, I don't know what to tell you, but now I guess you're going to have the option to do that. Gearbox CEO Duke Nukem Forever radically exceeded my expectations. Randy Pitchford, the Gearbox CEO, said that when considering the development trouble Duke Nukem Forever went through, he's pleased with how it ultimately turned out. Quote, I actually love it, and not because I think it's the greatest game ever, but because my expectations. He explained, noting the problem with Duke is it was legendary, so to the outside world, expectations were the highest possible thing. I disagree. A mediocre Duke Nukem Forever would have been better than what we got. We got Duke Nukem Forever, a game where you could literally pick up a turd out of the toilet and put it in a microwave. This is Duke Nukem Forever. Duke Nukem Forever wasn't a great game, and one day I will probably look into it a lot deeper and explain why it matters that it was such a terrible game. But for now, just know that the CEO is pretty much out of his mind when he says that stuff. Fans have crowdfunded a Hatsune Miku shrine for over $40,000. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, people came together and built a shrine of that individual. If you guys don't know who that is, it's a character that stars in several games, very big in South Korea as where these fans came from, and most of the time it's rhythm-based games. My daughter plays one of them. She likes it a lot, so there you go. If you're really into rhythm-based games, this will probably make you happy. Ark Survival Evolved launch brings serious server overcrowding. You guys know Ark Survival, the interest interesting dinosaur extravaganza game that was out at one point in time, and it has been in beta for a while. You could have got it on Xbox, even in beta, and PC. Recently, they're having big problems with the servers. This is what happens when you have online games. You better have the best servers in the world. Now, Ark Survival Evolved isn't just an online-only game as far as I remember it, because I often played offline, but it still sucks that you can't get online and play with others. One of the biggest stories to hit this week was a Secret of Mana 3D remake that's launching February 15th on the PlayStation 4. Now, that's quite some time away because it's 2018, but it's very cool to see that. If you guys don't know what Secret of Mana is, it's probably one of the greatest RPGs of all time. It's right below Chrono Trigger and Earthbound for me. I mean that with all of my heart. If you guys have never played Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, Chrono Trigger, or Earthbound, go play them right now. I don't care how you do it, just play those games. You will not be disappointed if you play Secret of Mana. It's an action-adventure RPG with a live system, so it's not turn-based. It's more similar to Chrono Trigger and the later Final Fantasy games that have come out than the old turn-based games like Earthbound. So Capcom is making a mobile puzzle fighter. I don't have much else to say about this other than the fact that they're going to have all their Capcom characters in it, like Mega Man, they're going to have the Street Fighter characters, and it's just a puzzle fighter for the phone. This is good to see that AAA game developers are getting into the phone market more and more, especially after Nintendo got into it, so I'm excited to see what they can do with this, but at the end of the day, it's still just a puzzle game, so don't get your hopes too high. Just hope that it actually doesn't suck. So Splatnet for the original Splatoon is closing. It's just another nail in the Wii U's coffin. You guys know that the Miiverse is closing due to a story I covered before, but this seems to be going down also. Now, that doesn't mean you can't play online with the original Splatoon. It's just a service that allowed you to check your stats, equipment, available stages, friend statuses through a website. But it's another nail in the coffin nonetheless. RIP Wii U, ladies and gentlemen. Playable Street Fighter II 30th Anniversary Edition includes a glow-in-the-dark SNES cartridge. The glow-in-the-dark variants are limited to 1,000, so you can only get 1,000 of these. This is probably going to be one of the rarest things that are going to be able to be gotten. If you want to check the link in the description below to get it, go ahead. It's kind of a dice roll because they're randomly inserted into the packages too, which means that in the future, someday, it will probably be worth a lot of money. The special edition costs $100 US, and it can be ordered right now from IM8bit, the website. I'll go ahead and link the story in the description below so you can check it out yourself. The glow-in-the-dark Blanca Green and the Opaque Ryu Headband Red are the colors that this comes in, the variants. So pretty cool. I think that's awesome, and I really appreciate the nod to retro. 17 games have been highlighted in the Nintendo Switch Nindies case. Super Meat Boy Forever, Mom Hid My Game, The Golf Story. I'm not going to go through all of them. You can again take the link in the description below. Most of these games, they don't personally appeal to me. Again, as I said before, I'm not really into indie games. I think Super Meat Boy is probably the best one that you can put your money down right now, not seeing any gameplay or anything from it, and know that you're getting a decent game out of it. So there you go. Metroid Samus Returns Special Edition is going to be featuring the Metroid 2 reversible cover, and that is going to feature the original Metroid Game Boy box. Yes, this tugs at my heartstrings because I absolutely love the original Game Boy art. I'm not saying that newer art isn't great, but I think that the art from back in the day is really, really wonderful. Because back in the day, that art never ever reflected what was in the game. But nowadays, if you use that old Game Boy art, it reflects exactly what's going to be happening in the game. It's excellent, it's awesome, and I think anyone who's going to be buying that will really, really appreciate that special edition. So I've detailed this before on Twitter, and a lot of people probably know about it now, but Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Veteran Trainers Dual Pack has been announced. Now, this is where you get both Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon in one pack. It's going to be $80, just like I thought it was going to be. But here's the difference. This one is going to contain 16 art cards and a digital download card for 200 Pokeballs. Okay, as if money was a problem in the games to begin with. 200 Pokeballs is nice, but why not just make it 999? What's it matter? After a while, the Pokeball becomes pretty redundant to use, and there's so many variations of Pokeballs out there, like the Dark Ball, the Luxury Ball, the Premier Ball, that, you know, the Ultra Beasts have their special balls as well. So, like, you know, it's really redundant that you're including 200 Pokeballs as a special pre-order bonus, and it's a download code. So does that mean I can reuse it later on, or is it just for for one run each. That's all right. Just leave your comments down in the section below. I already know what people are gonna say. This reminds me of the Sonic Lost World 25 Life DLC debacle, but there you go. Also, Pokemon Go's next legendaries Raikou, Entei, and Suicune are going to start appearing. So there you go. If you're really into Pokemon Go, I don't know if you are or not, check out me over on Pokemon Amino's Pokemon Go app. I'm over there. I'm also on the regular Pokemon Amino. I go there sometimes and post my work. Sometimes I reply to people, sometimes I comment on posts, but I'm over there, so shout out to my homies over there. And finally, I want to conclude on this. Somebody has made a portable Super Nintendo out of a Raspberry Pi. You can purchase it. It's around $100, or you could get the assembly components yourself and build it yourself. Basically, what it is it's an emulator where you can put emulators on the original Raspberry Pis, the Raspberry Pi that supports these various emulators, and you can play games on them, like Super Nintendo games. But it also comes with a screen, and it looks like a Super Nintendo controller with the screen on top of it. It's similar to a Game Boy. If a Game Boy and a Super Nintendo controller fused, does that make sense? It looks really cool, and I would suggest anyone to go out and buy it if they're really into this stuff. Though, if this is too expensive for you, you can always go and hack a PSP. PSP 1000, 2000s, and even 3000 models are easily hacked to put on emulators and ROMs. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the conclusion of what you missed for the last few days. I hope you guys really enjoyed that story. Are you excited for the new Ultra Sun and Moon dual packs? Do you think that's grimy that they're putting in the 200 Pokeball download codes? I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. As always, good gaming, God bless, and thank you for watching.